First reading, a reading from the second book of Samuel, chapter 5, verses 1 to 3. All the tribes of Israel then came to David at Hebron and said, "Look, we are your own flesh and bone. In days past, when Saul was our king, it was you who led Israel on its campaign, and to you it was that Yahweh promised, you ought to shepherd my people, Israel, and be leader of Israel." So all the elders of Israel came to the king at Hebron, and King David made a pact with them in Yahweh's presence at Hebron, and they anointed David as king of Israel. This is the word of Lord. Thanks be to God. Second reading. A reading from the letter of St. Paul to the Colossians, chapter 1, verses 12 to 20. Giving thanks with joy to the Father who has made you able to share the lot of God's holy people and with them to inherit the light, because that is what He has done. It is He who has rescued us from the ruling force of darkness and transferred us to the kingdom of the Son that He loves, and in Him we enjoy our freedom, the forgiveness of sin. He is the image of the unseen God, the firstborn of all creation. For in Him were created all things in heaven and on earth, everything visible and everything invisible, thrones, ruling forces, sovereignties, powers, all things were created through Him and for Him. He exists before all things, and in Him all things hold together. And He is the head of the body, that is, the church. He is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, so that He should be supreme in every way, because God wanted all fullness to be found in Him, and through Him to reconcile all things to Him, everything in heaven and everything on earth, by making peace through His death on the cross. This is the word of Lord. Thanks be to God. A reading from the Gospel according to Saint Luke, chapter 23, verses 35 to 43. The people stayed there watching. As for the leaders, they jeered at him with the words, "He saved others. Let him save himself, if he is the Christ of God, the chosen one." The soldiers mocked him too, coming up to him, offering him vinegar, and saying, "If you are the king of the Jews, save yourself." Above him there was an inscription, "This is the king of the Jews." One of the criminals hanging there abused him. "Are you not the Christ? Save yourself and us as well." But the other spoke up and rebuked him. "Have you no fear of God at all?" he said. "You got the same sentence as he did. But in our case, we deserved it. We are paying for what we did. But this man has done nothing wrong." Then he said, "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." He answered him, "In truth I tell you, today you will be with me in paradise." This is the word of Lord. Thanks be to God.